There's an old French saying that every ingredient makes way for chocolate, which is so true. The moment you start adding molten chocolate or melted chocolate or tempered chocolate into anything, chocolate takes over. It takes over all our senses. I'm going to teach you how to make a quick and easy chocolate molten cake, foolproof. First, what you have to do, you have to keep a double boiler ready. Double boiler is that you need to keep a pot, and then you need to, I generally keep a pot with little bit of water, about 1 cup of water. Keep it on high heat so that it begins to boil. And on top of that, I'm going to keep an absolutely sterilized glass bowl. You've got to remember that the steam cannot escape, and the bowl has to fit right on top of the pot. This is called double boiler, because if you directly heat the chocolate, it can burn. So to that, we're going to add 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. I love the bitterness. I think bitterness creates such a great contrast with sweetness and depth, which is very important. But you can use chocolate of your choice. 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. To that, we're going to add 1.5 sticks of butter. I prefer adding butter which is salted, because the saltiness is, we all remember eating that Amul butter on the warm bread, and that taste never leaves our mind, because that, I feel, it's the healing taste for us. It's not just comfort. And then we start using a wooden spoon to mix this. As the heat is not allowed to escape from that bowl, it is going to begin to use all its energy to melt the chocolate with butter. Now that's a perfect marriage. Remember, it should be absolutely moisture free, this mixture. Otherwise the chocolate can be disturbed. The whole consistency can be disturbed. It's going to be flowing, it's going to be glossy and sparkling. When you begin to add, remove from heat, let it cool for 3 to 4 minutes. And then you add 1/2 cup of sugar to it. If you want brown sugar, you can use that. If you're using demerara sugar, you can use that. I have also used raw sugar or jaggery for this recipe, and it works beautifully. Jaggery has much deeper sensibility of caramelization than regular sugar. So be careful that you do not add 1 cup. Just try to add a tablespoon less because of the density of sugar when you're adding jaggery. At this time, if you prefer adding vanilla bean, just add a whole vanilla bean, remove the seeds and add it right now, and then lightly mix it so that you incorporate all the flavors. The heat in the chocolate and butter mixture is also going to melt the sugar. One by one, add eggs. Generally, what I have a rule in my kitchen that I do not break an egg and add it to that hot liquid, because I feel that sometimes the eggs can have impurities. So what I do, if the recipe is using 3 eggs, I'll have 3 small ramekins, 4 ounces, and I break an egg into each one of them. So this way, you don't have a discrepancy of adding a shell or any impurity from the egg. And one by one, it's easier for you as you're whisking it, one by one add to it. At this time, I also like to use that instant coffee which you use at home to make cold coffee every summer. It's a good idea to add a teaspoon of coffee at this point, because coffee is going to add a much deeper flavor to this. Now I'm going to add an unusual ingredient, which is orange zest. We are getting into winters. The zest of the oranges is just amazing. The zest and entire orange. You can drink the juice later or eat the segments, but right now we just need the zest of the orange added. And then you add 1/2 cup of flour. All-purpose flour or whole wheat flour. If you're using rice flour, you've got to split it between rice flour and all-purpose flour. Mix it well, you have the batter ready. I'm going to tell you a trick. You can put this batter in Ziploc bags and actually freeze it if you don't need it right away. Or else you can butter and sugar the ramekins, add this mixture, 350-degree temperature in the oven, pop them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on what kind of oven you have. And then you can remove it and serve it hot with vanilla ice cream, caramel ice cream, or anything. And this chocolate will just melt. Not just the heart of the people you're cooking for, it's also going to melt on your tongue.